Hello everyone, it is Andrea, and today I'm coming at you with a plan with me. I have been pushing off doing this voiceover for far too long, but my allergies, they hit me like a ton of bricks. Honestly, I am taking all the meds now, and I just am, I want to just sleep my whole entire life away. So I was trying to wait until I wasn't like this, but it's just not happening. Do you know what I mean? This is how I'm going to be for a while. So I just need to buck up and just be like, this is how I'm going to have to be filming this. So apologies, but this is just the way the cookie be crumbling. Do you know what I'm saying? So, this was the week that Hannah and I went to the good old Disney. I did use the Bambi kit, which was very fun because we did actually get to meet Thumper, which is a rare character. Just randomly in Animal Kingdom, which we weren't even supposed to go to Animal Kingdom, is a whole thing. But so I ended up putting Thumper up top and left. I was gonna say center, but he's not in the center. He's on the left. Because we met Thumper, and how fun is that? So I'm just gonna tell you about what I used, and then I'm just gonna go right into what we did, and give you the high level stories. I'm sure Hannah went over these stories 17,000 times better in her plan with me, because she remembers more, and I just remember nothing for the most part. So, I did use a matte bronze, matte silver, leftovers of a shimmer or sparkle. I don't really remember. I think it's shimmer foil bundle, and then I did use some of the matte bronze butterfly. I don't know what I used of it, honestly, now that I'm looking at it, the bottom washi. But yeah, I used that, and I ended up color blocking, which is kind of a bizarre move for Disney Week, but I did bring home extra little things, which I feel very #blessed to be able to do, because otherwise it would have been impossible with how I was doing this. But whenever I do, my Disney spreads, I usually like to, put down all of the, items first, if that makes sense. So you're going to see me doing this all weird. Not the items. I'm so sorry. My brain is just not working. All of the, base items, the stickers. I don't know. You're seeing it right now. But, I don't know, y'all. So I'm just going to tell you about how my week went and, the different things that we did. And I'll be back to the normal way of me doing this at some point, but, it's just not today. Do you know what I mean? Also, for Disney spreads, I could have talked through this, but I just feel like my brain isn't, fully screwed on at any point in time for me to actually do that. So I'm going to take a drink and start talking about my week. So on Monday, I might be swallowing a lot as well. On Monday, we went from Austin to Orlando. So, we got up at the butt crack of dawn, drove all the way over there. We did tattle on a TSA agent this day because it was the most bizarre thing to ever happen. But I'm going to do long story short. I'm sure Hannah told the whole story. But basically, Hannah overheard, there was this really aggressive TSA agent, but I witnessed the aggression, and I think I was so blown away with how aggressive this TSA agent was. He was our age. It was bizarre. And I didn't hear what he said, but he called someone who even if he wasn't doing anything wrong, he wasn't doing anything wrong, but it was still uncalled for. He called him a very derogatory term, and I was and Hannah's you didn't hear that? And I was no. She's yeah. And I was I don't hear anything. That's the main thing of our Disney trips is somebody will say something and I'm oh, and Hannah's you didn't hear what they said. But anyways, so Hannah was yeah, and I'm should we tell? And she's I don't know, should we? And I'm yeah, I'm going to tell. So I went and told the guy who stands at the big podium, and he's one of my guys, and I'm who else? Why would I be telling you otherwise? And we told him which guy it was, and he was oh, he knew that he was an issue, but I was shit pees me out, you know what I'm saying? Then I am just kind of dumb. That's just my thing. And I had to kind of restart my book on the plane. So I was reading Fantastic Land, which honestly was the worst time to pick to read this book, because it's about an amusement park, and I was kind of I don't know. I just kept seeing things at the amusement park and being like, ooh. Like, it's kind of like horror, in my opinion. It's like spooky. It's like thriller spooky. And it was like, anyways, so what happened is I was reading it on my Kindle, and I think what we've come to the terms with is I was like quick flipping through the beginning pages of the book, like the glossary, the like copyright, whatever. And I think I accidentally clicked on like a middle chapter, and I just started reading, and I was like, oh, because it's like interview style. I was like, they're probably just like not telling me a bunch of stuff, and I have to like figure it out as I go. And then I was like, I read for like a little bit, and I like looked down, and I'm like, damn, I'm like 54% of the way through. Like, I'm a fast reader. Like, blah, blah, blah. So I get on the plane, and I was like, I don't know what we were talking about, but I was like, oh yeah, like chapters, blah, 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 so weird. And I was like looking through the chapters of mine, and I'm like, wait, I didn't read any of this. So I had to like basically go back and read the first third of my book. And I was like, oh, so much of this makes so much more sense now. So many questions I had have been answered already. The book itself, like, it was like good, but like also like I will never forget. It was just like, if you're squeamish, don't read it. If you're like, I don't know, like all of it was kind of rough. It was kind of rough. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, I read it. So then we just like gamed because we had an empty plane, and it was like chill, and it was like such a nice airplane experience versus the airplane experience that we had on the way back, which I will get into, but it was like the scariest thing in my entire life. I'm not even joking, not even exaggerating a little bit. Then we got to Animal Kingdom Lodge, which we usually do like one day at like a fancy hotel and just do like a like hotel day. But I was like, you know what? We are not supposed to go to Animal Kingdom, and like I felt like, I think the thing is I felt like very like good this day. Like usually I feel like really tired, but I think I had an energy drink or something. I don't really remember. I don't remember what the deal was, but I was like, I'm active and ready to go. Let's just go to Animal Kingdom. But first we went to Disney Springs, and we got pin packs and stuff, pin traded. We got Chicken Guy, which was like fantastic. At first I thought Chicken Guy was closed because they're like moving it around, but and I like literally gasped and stopped in my tracks. So then I saw it was like, we're still open, and I'm like, okay, thank goodness. Then we went to Animal Kingdom. We met Thumper, which was so fun, and we went on Cali River Rapids, which we never went on together. When I was so excited because I love like wet rides. Hannah hates them, but you know what? I hate Tower of Terror, which also we had like a little bit of a moment on later in the trip as well. Then we went on Everest and Kilimanjaro Safari, Dinosaur, and then we did get to meet Chip and Dale in their little dinosaur costumes, which are so cute, and Daisy in her like little I don't know, she's like a fashion designer costume. I don't know. It's in the same area. And then we got lost. And then we just sat in like these rocking chairs before our dinner at Sanaa, which was good. I don't think I'd go back, but it was like good. You know what I'm saying? Then on Tuesday, we checked into All-Star Movie Resort. And then we did the monorail to resorts for like just a pin trade and like kill time. That because we went to the Grand Floridian for breakfast. We went to, it was like a brunch. I don't like doing Disney like breakfasts at breakfast time because I don't eat I can't eat breakfast, like a big breakfast. Like if I'm going to eat at a buffet, it needs to be at like brunch time. Does that make sense? And even when I go with my kids, it's the same thing. If we go at like 8, it's where none of us are eating. So we have to go at like 11, and then that's where the party starts. So we got pics with all the characters, and it was so cute. And I tried the strawberry soup, and it was actually good. Then we went to Magic Kingdom, and we did the train to Big Thunder Mountain. And then afterwards, we got pins and just chilled for a little bit. We went on Winnie the Pooh and the Little Mermaid, and then I got ice cream. Then we went on the Peebo Mover, Space Mountain, walked around the shops, and then we went back kind of like, not early, but like we were like, okay, we did all the things we want to do without having to wait like a bazillion years. And then we went and read by the pool and went in the pool. And then we went to dinner. We wanted to go to the boardwalk and go to, is it Trattoria al Forno? It's like an Italian place. We were like, oh, this place is slept on. And then we like went for like a walk up, and we waited like, I think like 30 plus minutes. And because it was very, very poppin' compared to the last time that we went, but it was very good. Then I, like, FaceTimed my kidders, which I did that every night that, like, Hannah took a shower, I would always just FaceTime my kids and Nicholas, which is almost every day, and read. And then on Wednesday, I finished Fantasticland really early in the morning. I think 2 of the nights I woke up and, like, couldn't go back to sleep. It was very, very tragic. This night I was up from, like, 3 in the morning to 6 in the morning. And then it was funny because we, like, didn't plan our outfits to be, like, we, like, planned, we used to, like, plan our outfits, like, okay, this is what we're doing, you be this, I be this, but we have been doing, like, mystery, like, prompts, and then we'll, like, surprise each other. Well, she came out first, and she was ham, and I was like, oh my god, my next day outfit was gonna be ham, and it was literally the same ears, because we somehow ordered from the same place. Which this place I do not recommend. The ears are so cute. So if you have like 100 years to wait for your ears, then I recommend. But otherwise, like, it was one of the situations where they like marked it as shipped on like the last day possible they could. And then like 2 weeks later, it still hadn't actually shipped. So we had to like reach out. And then it didn't ship for another like 2 weeks. But they were like really cute. But like, it was just like annoying because I know that's just like the tactic of Etsy is like mark it as shipped because then like you won't get dinged. And then like she even made like a new shipping label, and she did the same thing for both of our orders, so I'm assuming she's doing it for everybody's orders. Do you know what I mean? But anyways, so there was that, and then we read on the bus on the way there because I think I started reading Funny Story, which was really cute. And we got to Hollywood Studios, which was actually its 35th anniversary. We didn't even know, but we were like, why is there so many weird lines and weird places and like pins? Like people were like a whole line. We're like, what's going on? And then we finally asked, and somebody was like, oh yeah, it's the 35th anniversary. We should have gotten a map because like it was really cool, but like I think at one point Hannah was like, go get a map, and then I was like, I'll just wait for you, and then I just forgot. So, you know, it's just the way that it happens, and it just is oh well type situation. Probably just print something off from online for our scrapbook later. Then we went to Runaway Railway. We got lunch at Woody's Lunchbox. We did Toy Story Mania, and then we did Tower of Terror, which we got stuck on. It was just kind of spook because it was like a while, and then we were all just sitting there like, okay, so like what now? And then like we got off, and then they just got us on the same exact like thing, and I was like, I don't really know if this seems like a fun time to me. So we went back to the hotel after that because I don't remember what was like even left, but I think it was like the Frozen sing-along was the only thing left, but we had to wait like an hour, and I was like, I don't really like want to wait an hour to like do the Frozen sing-along that I've done in the past year like 4 times. I think I'm like solid. So then we just went back to the hotel, and we went to the pool and read, and then we gamed at the quick service area, and I got a croissant, and then we ate quick service for dinner. I got like this Asian pork bowl. It was pretty good actually. And then we ended up playing Ark Nova on our phones. We did this 2 nights in a row, I think, or 2 times where we just played Ark Nova on BGA. I haven't played BGA in like 112 years, but we just played Ark Nova and chilled. Then on Thursday, we got quick service for breakfast and gamed for a while before we went over to Epcot. We did resort hop over to Pop, Century, and Art just to like check out the pinboards. And we took the Skyliner to Epcot. We got Violet Lemonade, which is my favorite. And then we rode Guardians. We rode Guardians with our like we bought it pass type thing. And then we got in the virtual queue. But the virtual queue, the whole thing was like a mess. So we ended up not even using our virtual queue because it just was always like super long. Like it was like out the door long, which I've never seen it that way prior. And then we went on Frozen. I got heat rash, which I never have had before, but I got it on my chest and it looked like hives and it was like kind of burning and it wasn't like a fun time. And then we went on Soarin' and did Living with the Land, Nemo, Figment, and then we went to 9 Dragons. And then we also did have a Genie Plus 2, what's it called? Test track, but it was also the same thing where the, like it was because it kept like breaking down the like Fast Pass or Genie Plus line was so long that I was like, like the last time that we did it and it was that long, it took like 45 minutes to an hour. And I just like don't have the energy for it. Like, sure, I could have read, but this day with the heat rash, I was already like, I kind of just want to go back and like put aloe and like stuff and like get meds and things. I was kind of like over it. I bought like a shirt to like cover up my chest, and my chest honestly like it has been, 2 weeks, and my chest is still peeling, which I think is kind of bizarre, because it wasn't even that burnt. It was just, like, hives. It was, like, and it was, like, it was painful, and not fun. So we had 9 dragons, which was really good. We went on Spaceship Earth, and we found the new pins that, like, everyone in the pin world is, like, going crazy over right now, which are, like, the hidden Mickey ones that, like, the cast members had when they started doing the new whatever it's called. But we got some really good ones. We got, like, 2 of the chasers, which was really fun, and it was cool because one of them was Sleepy Hollow, which I don't think I've seen, like, a pin for Sleepy Hollow before, and we didn't even know that, but opened them, and we're like, what is this? I was like, is this Sleepy Hollow? I just one of Hannah's fave Halloween movies. I think it's, like, her favorite Halloween movie, just, like, in general. So then on Friday, I finished Funny Story in the morning. We got quick service, and then we went to the airport, and I almost passed away on this flight. So on this flight, normally we play games, but I was just, like, so tired, so exhausted. I'm sure also the, like, heat rash, like, and, like, being in the sun and stuff also added to this tiredness, and I have not recovered, and I'm still always tired. But basically, I was like, hey, like, I'm not, like, in the mood to game. Like, I'm, like, tired. And this is the first trip that Hannah had her Kindle, so I didn't feel, like, guilty being like, hey, I'm exhausted. So she's like, yeah, like, that's fine. She read, and then I was like, I read for, like, a couple minutes, and then I was like, I'm honestly just gonna nap. Like, I've never even slept on a plane when we went anywhere, but I was like, I'm just gonna, like, rest my eyes. And I put on Taylor Swift onto my AirPods, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna vibe, right? So I'm, like, falling asleep. You know the thing where your, like, head's, like, bobbing and you're just, like, vibing, sleeping, doing your thing. And then all of a sudden, the worst turbulence I have ever, like, experienced in my entire life happened. No joke. Like, and I'm listening to Taylor Swift, Torture Poetry Department, as this is all going down. I, like, am abruptly awakened. The whole plane is, like, shaking. People are flying in the air. Things are flying in the air. Phones are flying in the air. Food's flying in the air. And it's, like, minutes. And I'm, like, Hannah's, like, laughing because I don't know what kind of, like, what she's on. I don't know. But I'm, like, panicked. I'm, like, I don't know why, but, like, I feel like whenever I'm, like, really, really stressed out that my, like, shirt is suffocating me. So I'm, like, pulling the, like, and I'm wearing, like, a t-shirt. I'm, like, pulling the, like, collar of my shirt down so I can feel like I can breathe. Hannah's, like, afterwards, she's like, I was just waiting for the oxygen masks to come down. It felt like we were going down. And it's, like, one of those things where you're thinking, like, Andrea's just exaggerating. No. The girl in front of us, like, she was on Wi-Fi. She called her mom crying because she thought we were also going down. Like, I, like, grabbed Hannah's hand and was, like, just, like, my life flashed before my eyes. I was like, this is it. This is it. Like, the plane is going down. And I was just, like, I don't know. Like, I was just, like, shook. Because it was, like, minutes of this. And then, like, all of the flight attendants, like, afterwards, like, came through and was like, are we okay? Are we okay? And they were like, yeah, then the pilot came on, like, whenever we were landing. Not even like, hey, sorry about that, guys. Which I feel like they usually do, even if there's a little bit of turbulence. He was like, yeah, sorry about that. You know, it got us there. Medics are waiting if anybody needs them. And then also one of the flight attendants was like, I've, you know, been flying for however many years, and she looked, like, older. She's like, that was the second worst turbulence I've ever felt. I was like, that was insane. That was, like, because if you weren't wearing your seatbelt, like, or if, like, especially if a child, but, like, I saw adults who weren't wearing their seatbelt, they went flying. Like, they went in the air and hit their head on, like, the thing. It was wild. It was insane. I literally thought that was it. I don't know. But yeah, I almost broke Hannah's hand because I was literally squeezing so hard. I was like, this is it. Me and Hannah, we're dying together. That's it. That's what's happening. So, you know, casual Friday. Then I was like, I'm getting McDonald's. I was stressed for, like, and I still think about it, like, every day. It's cemented in there. I was hanging out with the fam. I watched the first episode of 3 Body Problem with Nick, which I think we're on episode 3 now, and I'm just like, what? We're watching that and Bridgerton together, and, like, we'll watch, like, one episode of Bridgerton, one episode of 3 Body Problem, and they could not be the, like, more different shows. And I'm like, okay, Bridgerton, I'm like, oh, what a great time. And then 3 Body Problem, I'm just like, oh, God. It's like, 1, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And 2, I'm like, this is rough. Then on Saturday, so tired, slept like poop. I was like, no game night tonight. I am too tired for this. Then I cleaned up the playroom and went to HEB with the family. And then Theo and I organized my Isle of Cats game. It was fun. And then I made spaghetti and meatballs and worked in my office a little bit and then just went to bed. Then on Sunday, thunderstorms woke me up really early, and then I had to go into Bennett's school and decorate his teacher's door for Teacher Appreciation Week. And then Nick and I, since we were out and about and the in-laws were watching the kids, we went to the kebab shop for lunch, which was very, very yummy. And then I ended up, while the kids were taking quiet time / nap time, I ended up taking a nap. And then Lila ended up being sick. She started feeling sick this day. She was sick then a couple days the next week. And then I just worked until I slept, which was very early because I was a tired girl. So that is everything for this week. I feel like I still went into like pretty decent detail, but yeah, that is the whole kit, cat and caboodle. This kit looked really, really cute. I love the color blocking. It's just so pretty. But yeah, if you've made it this far, leave me is there a deer emoji or a butterfly emoji? And I will talk to y'all in my next video. Bye.